Hello, welcome back everyone to Islands of Insight, Key of W here. New year, new me. Um, really all this changed. I got a new microphone for myself. It's not even like a new good one. Might not even be better than the old one, but I got a new mic. So hopefully everything sounds okay with my voice. Actually, that's not what I mean to say. I hope everything comes through just fine with my voice. My voice will never ever sound okay. There's something going on. Do I need to be far back here? Like, yeah. Yeah. So anyway, uh, where I was before I was distracted by that puzzle. What I want to do in this episode is make it a quick one. I've gone back over my save stats file to see what I've missed, and there was one matchbox here, and I found the general area where it was, and I feel a little silly for missing it. Then I'm going to go back to this enclave and grab the 3 puzzles I missed. Yeah, 3 puzzles I missed here, and the 1 puzzle I missed here. And that's basically what I'm going to do. And of course, grab a few of these along the way. Hey, 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 hey. Okay. What the? No, 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 no. Oh, come on. Let's try that again. Oh, there's a glide rings too. Okay, so this one I need to just immediately go to where it's going to be. There's 2 glide rings here. Whoa. Interesting. Interesting. Let's grab this other glide rings while don't we? One. Oh, fuck. No, no, no. Try that again. Oh, I can just press the R button to go back to the start. What am I doing? So, 1, 2. This is really annoying. Okay, there we go. It's not that annoying, but it is annoying. Okay. Yeah, in addition to my new microphone, which hopefully doesn't make me sound choppy or anything weird like that, I have a new mouse pad, which I know that was what everyone was really wanting to hear about my life, is the new mouse pad. But I'm getting used to it because it has one of those wrist thing, like the thing you rest your wrist on, which I've never had. As a poor girl growing up in the middle of the Gobi Desert, they never really let me have things like that. So that's nice. I also got myself some new glasses because if you can believe it, I stare at my computer screen a lot and it hurts my sensitive little eyes. So a lot is different about me. Same bad personality, but I have changed a lot of the accessories around me, which I hope is going to bring all of the boys to the yard. Okay, so the matchbox that I'm missing is like right here, and I just never looked for it. See? Yeah, it's on this island. So where's the other piece of it? Another piece of it. Let's see if it's on the edge somewhere. No. Oh, come on. Gamers don't look up. Okay, so where's a good angle? Probably right here. That completes this, and I think the only way back is to take the thing that was way up there. There's a cube. This place looks so weird when you see all of the glide. I love that. Look at that. Okay, so here's the way back. Okay. So... oh, right, because it thought I was still doing the glide ring. That's cute. Get rid of that. Do I want to do this while I'm at it? I might as well. What's this one called? A snake in the grass? I think I could just do this, so let's do it. Tiles remaining 5. So we got underclued. We don't want to make this pattern. So no... oh yeah, so when we see this pattern, what it means is we have to make a snake-like shape. So this can never have a branching path, and we have to connect all dark cells. Oh, I was just confused for a second. I forgot this was an underclude grid, so I was like, there's multiple solutions here. I can just fill this with... I can go this way or this way. Not completely fill it, but... so I guess the only things I know are these. So the snake pattern. So this might be what I just said. Thanks, game, for stealing my thunder here. When you must connect a color and no T-shapes are allowed, you must draw a path that doesn't branch. The snake will have exactly 2 endpoints unless it forms a loop, which is possible. Okay, so I guess this is where we learn about the thing I've been doing for a while. So we know that's going to come out like so. We know that these cannot be dark squares because it would form this pattern. So we have to do this. Tiles remaining 6. We know those have to come out. We also know there can't be dark squares here because how would I get them in and out? If I had a dark square here, I would need to exit here and here. But this one will need to exit here, and no matter what I do, once I have a 2x2 square, any extra piece will make that shape. So I think we have to do that. Oh, wrong button. Sometimes I right click instead of left click. Yeah, it's nothing particularly wrong with me. At least it's way down the list of things I do is incorrect clicking. So here, how are we going to get any dark squares down there? That's never going to happen. Or there. Avoid snake traps. So what I just said. When making a snake of one color, the 2 ends determined. If there isn't enough room for the snake to both enter and exit a part of the grid without forming a loop, then that part of the grid must be the opposite color. Yep. So the puzzle I just did. Good. Good, good, good. We don't want to make that pattern, and we want to connect all dark cells. Well, we know we can't do these. So this is a corner piece. It might be an end piece. So one of these two is going to be a dark cell, but we don't know which one. We also know this one won't be. Yeah. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Another neat thing about my new headphones. I know everyone wants to hear about the new headphones. That's why you started watching the videos. You were thinking, we want to know about Key of W's new headphones. So let me tell you, they actually cancel out the noise better than the other ones I had, which were about 10 years old and basically were held together by, I don't know, hope and dreams. And so I know these aren't going to be like that. And so I could hear everything outside of my life, even with the headphones on. And now I can't really hear as much except for the game, and my voice is quite muffled. So it's a strange experience. Well, we can't get a dark cell in there, so we know that much. We also can't... No, we could have one here. It would be the end point, but we could have one there. We can't have it there and there for sure. So we know... Hold on a second. What's happening here? We know this can't be and that can't be. So we could have either of those be dark cells. We know this can't be and that can't be. So you'd think it would be this piece. Maybe that... Oh, this could be an endpoint. This could be an endpoint. What am I thinking? So that's the solution. I just made an assumption. I shouldn't have done that. Well, we know these are going to escape. Oh, a lot of tiles here. Okay. These can't be the endpoints because those are, which means that both of these have to be dark cells. You see, this is the only way to come in and out of that space. 12 tiles remain. We can't make loops out of it. Which means this has to come through here and that has to come through there. You'll see what I mean, because if it doesn't, like how on earth do we make this connect at all? Which means those are done. Snake no 2x2. So what we already know. When you must connect a color with no T-shapes allowed, it is problematic. Oh dear, it's problematic. The Tumblr users are going to cancel it. To create a 2x2 pattern because expanding it in any direction would create a T-shape. Thus, you can exclude the possibility of a 2x2 pattern ever existing if that color needs to expand further. Yep. One of these days, we're going to get a puzzle where they trick us by setting up all these rules, and then we actually just need to make a 2x2 shape. That'll be the trick. It's going to happen. I can feel it. So that's got to come out, and that has come out, which means these are not endpoints, which means they have to be like this and like that. That wasn't too bad. Don't make the pattern again. Well, here's your endpoints. So this has to be like that. There's no getting around it. this could come through, or it could come through like this. This has to come like that. I think that is forced. Yes. Snake corners. So when making a snake, if two ends of the snake are already determined, snake tiles in corners must extend in both directions. Yeah, that's how that's going to go. Cool. Thanks for the tip. Okay, that's the end point, so we know that's not going to have a thing. So we know those are set. Oh, this is probably a light square, because how do you get a dark square in here without causing a problem? Yeah. Neat. Don't make the pattern, so these are going to come out. And now the dark cells are going to come through in both sets. Yeah, we don't know which line here, but we do know it will be this line. Because it has to come out, go through here, and then come back. You know that much. Okay, well we know these will come out, we know those will come out, and then we can't have one here because we would form an extra loop. Snake entry parity. I misread that initially as snake entry party, which is more interesting. If the path of the snake passes into an area without an endpoint, it must later leave that area. If it passes into an area with an endpoint, then if it leaves, it must also return again later. That feels like a really weird way to just say, like, imagine the path of the snake. Okay, so this, so this is going to enter through here and come out there. What else do we know? Well, imagine that this square is dark. How do we ever connect it over here? This one could be dark, this could be dark. This can't be, because it would either come through this way or it would be this block. So those have to be light. Those have to be light, and those have to be light. Was that it? Did I finish? Am I a good girl? Solve also. Oh, there's just lots of mirabilis. So we've got this one here. Endpoint is there. So we said underclude. It's the same idea. Now we don't know if these connect, do we? Yes, we do, because if these don't connect, we have two endpoints. We already have an endpoint there. So we can't do this. And I have made an error somewhere. This has to be, though. Oh, I see. One of these could be an endpoint. I don't know which one is an endpoint. So I think that's what we're looking at. All right. There. So those are your endpoints, which means the only way for them to go is like this. Right? Because if this were to move here, you're in trouble, because it's going to connect here. Because it's got to be its own path, or it's going to connect there. So that's a white. This can't connect, so we do have this going on. That's a light cell. That's a light cell. So this has to be light. This could be a dark cell, though. Don't know if that's a dark cell. So... Sure. Let's imagine this is a dark cell. No, that's possible. That could come through this. No. If this is a dark cell, where is this? How is this connecting to either of these? If this connects to here, it has to connect like this, and now there's no way to get that out. And if it connects to here, there's no way to get this one out. So I think that's light. This feels wrong. I feel like I'm doing this wrong. This, I cannot possibly be doing this one correctly. Okay, hold on. Let me start over. Let's try to find the most obvious things here. We have our endpoints, so those are dead ends. These will escape. Connect all dark cells. So we do have to connect it to these. I know what the assumption I made. That was a very silly one, is I assumed that these could not directly connect like this because I'm an idiot. So we know that these are going to still be like this. That, I honestly, is the only thing I can think of. There. But what else can't I do? Because there's two more that I can't have be dark cell, or I wasn't able to predict from this. This could keep going. I think this has to be a dark cell, because imagine that this isn't. How is this going to get in and out? So that has to be a dark cell. And that has to be a dark cell. Same idea. If that was a light cell, how would that get in and out? I think that's what I had to do there. I don't know why that was so hard for me, but it was hard for me. Ooh. Okay, tiles remaining 14. Well, let's start with this, and then you have your endpoints, which means that these are going to connect like so. We don't want them to loop. That was actually pretty easy compared to the last one. Alright, the big boss here. Once again. Okay, something about this moving the arrangement in a different direction is making this... we can solve more of the pieces. So... this apparent... oh, hold on. These are like so, which means this is all dead-end material. This could be a dark cell, because we could bring it... no, hold on a second. This is a dark cell. Actually, no. Hold on. This can't be an endpoint, so it's gonna connect to this, no matter what. Which means this is going to come around this way. Which means that is dark. Those are dark. Right? You see what I'm talking about? This snake isn't going to come around this way, because then how is it ever going to connect to here? Hold on. Have I misjudged? Can it go around? No, it can't. If this were... this can't connect anywhere except this end piece here. So that has to be light. That... yeah, I think I'm right. I think I'm just right. There... I think I'm right. I can apparently get 4 more. That. 1 more tile, that's for sure. That. Because, yeah, otherwise, how would I connect any dark cell there? Okay, I guess I was right. That felt so weird. Alright, I did it. So anyway, the original purpose of this episode was to do some cleanup. So we cleaned up this enclave. Let's head over to our land of... oh, there it is. And hit up the reflections in the sky, which is this way. Hold on, there's a shy aura. Let's test. Is it the flight type? No, it is not. Now let's test by crouching and moving back. Oh, is it a motion one? Yeah, it's a motion. That was easy. Oh, nice. Thanks for the free archway. Wait, am I just... why is it just making me go in circles? Oh, here we go. Now we're going to... oh, nope, never mind. I thought we were going somewhere new, but we're not. We're just doing this until I get completely lost. Okay. Anyway, yeah, still going in the same direction. Let's grab another one here. You're gonna actually take me somewhere, aren't you? Am I still heading in the right direction? Yeah, still heading in the right direction. I'm going to ignore this maze for now. It's a very beautiful maze, but I'm going to do something else. Hey, let's hit you. Nope, nope. Doggone it. Where'd it go? Over there. Yeah, movement puzzles aren't super great. As you can see, it is difficult to control where I'm going. And it's very floaty, and you get stuck on so many things. That takes care of those puzzles. So there were 3 that I was missing here. I've looked it up, and one of them is a logic grid. 2 of them are archways, and I believe the archway, one of them's on this island, and one of them's on the island down there. So that's what I'm going to test first, is by looking at this island for an archway. My guess is if I miss the archway, it is off the side of the thing rather than on the top, because I would have seen it if it was on the top, right? Or am I making an assumption? Could it be on top of, like, this? No. I also could be misreading the map. Oh, no, I'm not. It's right there. Which means that down here, it's going to be somewhere here. Right? Where's the equivalent space for that? Where is the equivalent space for that? Is it off the other side? Oh, no, there it is, there it is, there it is. Okay, so the logic grid, I'm going to just briefly look over at the window area. The window I have open on my other monitor. So it is close to the center on the side that I'm at. So it's somewhere in this area here. Right? It looks like it's on the edge of this building, so it could be on the lower... Oh. Was there something there? Let me try checking that out. This is gonna be a chore to find, I think. Hold on, I saw something there, actually. No, that was just the light. Let's try up high. I don't know. The fact that there's only one logic grid means that I got its twin. Oh, is this taking higher? I just want to go up really high. Okay, that's not high. Thanks, though. Let's take you up and see what happens. Somewhere this direction is for sure. Alright, I'm gonna quick tab over, look at this image I've got, and see if I can get really down to specifics of where it is. So it's somewhat where I am, actually. It's on the under... Oh, hold on. Could it be on the island underneath this spot? Because it is essentially right here. That's where I'm looking. It's in that area, but of course, there's a lot I can explore there. So it's not in this building. It's going to be underneath here. So maybe that means it is, in fact... Hold on, so where's this considered? Yeah, this is too far. It's closer in this way, which the only thing that makes sense is it's going to be on this island. But I did a logic grid on this island. Right? Yeah, I did one there, and then there was one up there. Where? Like, according to the map, it's basically right here, where I'm standing. But it's not underneath, because that would be silly. Yeah, it's not going to let me do it anyway. It's going to drop me on the opposite side of the map. So, it's not just hanging out on the ground here, is it? No, I'd see that. This is going to be slightly tricky, I think, to find. It's just a really confusing layout of a level. I mean, I do love this level. I think it is the best enclave. Like, the layout of it is really, really clever. But where the hell is the logic grid? So, once again, being on this building is too far. It's here. That's where it is. I mean, I know the map it can be slightly off on the map. It won't be precise, and it's just giving me a sort of general area. But it's not going to be in the building because it's way too far away from the spot it says it's in. It's not on top of this rock because I've looked around and I only see the one I've already completed. It shouldn't be a bug. I know with this mod, occasionally there'd be issues. Well, it wasn't because of the mod, it's because the game itself would occasionally have issues with generating puzzles. It could potentially be in this sort of area because the map could be just imprecise enough that it's here. But I know with the original game there were issues with puzzles because they would generate in weird chunks. But with the improperly loading puzzles, it was always in the hub worlds. The ones in the enclaves always were loaded properly. I did that. Wow, really? Like, this is gonna be the challenge of the week here. Oh, sirens outside. Yeah, there's just... Okay, so it can't be up here. Maybe it... in the building downstairs on the inside. Could it be maybe up? Oh, there it is. Ah, I found it. Okay, so what we need is some height. And then we need to go here. That's it. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty close to where the map says it is. Alrighty, we want to do symmetries, so we know this is going to happen, so we know that's going to happen. Oop. We also know this can't be a dark cell because that would connect to here. We'd have two separate vertical axes of symmetry. So that is illegal. Cannot be done. This cannot be there. This can't be a dark cell because then we'd have trouble here. So that's complete. Let's see here. That's got to be a light cell. Those have to be light cells. So that is. This has to be a dark cell, which means that is. This can't be a light cell. So I think this one is complete. And that one is complete. There we go. Finished it. Let's... it might be faster to get out of here the normal way. Let's see. Like, I could take the teleportation to the Great Pearl. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Which would be faster to get back to the hub world, but then I'd have to travel to the enclave again. And the enclave is closer to where I am now. So, let's head back. And we're going to go to that one, I think. It was the one with the shy auras that we did about 8-9 years ago. Here. And there was one hidden ring that I hadn't found. And I have checked on the map to the general location of it. And we're going to... Oh, hey, merch. Thanks. Checked on the map to the general location of it, so we'll do that. We'll also do this music puzzle, because those are the best kinds of puzzles. That was sarcasm. Just guessing. I have explained my problems with the music puzzles quite in depth before. Are you a floating? No, you're not a flying one. Are you a movement one? Yeah, you're a movement. Can I just get up there without... a couple rings around here. That's always nice. Okay, so this one I think is in the back corner that direction, so we're going to check that out. And hopefully that is good enough to give us the ring. Oh, that's it. I feel like an idiot for missing that one. Like, it wasn't exactly obvious, but it was not hidden enough for me to have missed it. I should have looked there. Okay, so that's going to complete all the enclaves with outstanding puzzles. Am I going to do anything else this episode? Probably not. It's been about half an hour-ish, which is a good amount of time for one of the shorter episodes. What the hell is that line? That was weird. Wait, there's another one? What kind are you? You're not a movement guy, but you might be a flying guy, because I can get to you from here. There we go. So that is that for this episode. I think next time I might head back and take care of one of these. They're both long, though. I think I'll do this one next. We'll see. We'll see about timing. And have I done the monolith? I haven't done the monolith. Maybe I'll do that. We'll see. I don't know. I'll make my decision later. Wait. Hold on a second. Anubis, Orchid, Zenith, and Echo of Time. The Auroral says, completing the search for knowledge left me with two sorrows. My first sorrow was one of fulfillment, but the joy of discovery was my only joy, but there was nothing left to discover. And Alexander wept, for there were no more worlds left to conquer. My second sorrow was one of loneliness. I had witnessed all the knowledge of the ages, but there was no one left to share it with. So when the whispers from the unknown called to me, I answered. So sad. Can we get an F in chat? Okay, now the episode is over. So I'm going to see you all in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.